Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Todd Stashwick, a.k.a. Captain Liam Shaw of the Starship Titan, and you are listening to Capes and Lunatics.
I'm sorry, but that's Deacon from 12 Monkeys.
How dare you? That's Captain Shaw from Star Trek Picard.
If you know, you know.
That's Black Mask from Gotham. Shut up, Rob.
Exactly.
Anyway, yes. Kids, it's that time again. Podcasting, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the Salty and Petty podcast. Their continuing mission to talk about
Fight the Borg!
Their mission to
Resistance is futile!
Do boldly tell dick jokes that no one has done before.
Damn straight. You know what? That should actually be our intro.
Yes. Oh, yes. We've got to write that up. All right, kids. Yes. Remember, it's time for your Salty and Petty. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty. And of course, together, we are the Salty and Petty podcast.
Salty.
Duh.
And yes, resistance is futile, so keep downloading. All right. So, yes, we got our, as of this recording yesterday, we got our Picard finale.
Finally, now we can get to Strange New Worlds in June.
Mm-hmm. Get out both. Come on. All right.
No, we actually couldn't. The budget at Paramount wouldn't allow. So.
Okay. You mean at the same time?
And Picard wasn't a good return on their investment, as we found out.
Not even.
That's why it only has 3 seasons.
Oh, really? I thought maybe it's because of the age of some of our cast members.
No, literally everybody in Star Trek Next Generation needs the money. Not to be funny, they do. They were at a time when they're not in syndication anymore. They're all streaming now, so that's how they got them back. It's a whole thing.
Even Sir Patrick.
He has a few ex-wives too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He likes to.
And X-Men money dried up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he does like to upgrade on the wives every couple, right?
Every decade or so. Yeah, I believe is what it averages out to.
I think.
I don't love Pat. We all love Stu Pat, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, I mean, his wife is what, like 30, 40 years younger than him? Good for him. Good for you, sir.
Yes, exactly. So I'm just saying.
But,
the
little Hellfire model. That's gonna be a little fitting.
As it should be. Exactly. I mean, I was excited for the first season of Picard, and it devolved into nonsensical mess, and then the final season is just kind of reminds me of Arrow's season finale, where it's just the greatest hits. Let's get the gang back together. Let's do some resolutions, and let's tease for a show that probably won't happen.
Oh, you don't think it's going to happen at all?
I do not, sir. I do.
Oh
not.
My! But
so, yeah, I have thoughts. I have feelings.
Well, I think the third season we got everyone back because I think everyone was bitching for the last 2 seasons. Like, well, when are we going to get everyone else?
I felt it a little unnecessary, cash grabby, living on nostalgia. Like, that's just the whole series for me.
I mean,
the fact that they brought back 709, not that we don't love Jerry Ryan, but there's been issues with that character. And, where's Janeway? Live action Janeway. You know what I mean? Like, I'd much rather have that than 7 of 9.
Uh-oh. Lilith just knocked herself off, I think. Rant. Uh-oh, kids. Rant overload. Paramount heard her talking, man. They're like, enough of her. But I mean, I get her whole point about the nostalgia and stuff, but I think more than a lot of franchises, I mean, with the exception of maybe Star Wars and a few others, I think, Paramount did hear people, or were just like, I think people were demanding the entire original crew get back together. And again, I mean, 7 of 9, I mean, well, all these characters are popular, but I think, yes, 7 of 9. And where did I see that? I believe I saw an interview or an article about that supposedly they wanted some of the original Voyager crew back, like Janeway and stuff, and they couldn't for some point. And look who got herself so all worked up.
I think I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna have to bare knuckle fight Elon Musk over this.
He don't care about you Mexicans. Miss Hellfire, are you there? Are you there, man? If you're there, I can't hear you.
So, anyway,
yeah, there we go. Data, can we clear up this transmission? Oh, she's gonna be full hot. Had to move, didn't you? But anyway, yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties, but no, I enjoyed it, and I get the whole nostalgia, like she's saying. But again, like I said, I think people were demanding it. They wanted this original crew back. They love this original crew. But it's a shame if what Lil's saying is true about the budget and stuff. And I don't see how Picard wasn't like a return on their return on the money and stuff, because it's like I thought that's the thing people were demanding the most from this new era of Trek, is just like a return of, like, you know, the original Next Generation cast. And but yeah, Strange New Worlds, I can't wait for that. That is going to be excellent. I don't know. I think I had a more positive outlook on Picard than Lilith did. But I mean, between Picard and then Strange New Worlds is like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Discovery, but I think Strange New Worlds is probably like the best new thing to come out of Trek. Well, this modern Trek. But everyone was crying for a Star Trek Legacy show, which I hope, you know, be nice if we got, but I don't know if we're going to. Hello, Lilith.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
And the world can.
Oh, well, sucks to be in the world then.
Well, I said Elon don't care about you Mexicans.
Apparently. Well, we know that. He comes from South Africa, full of genocide and hate. But anyway, that's for a Patreon episode.
Yes. All right, So you were saying, so they didn't get the return on their investment they wanted with Picard?
Absolutely not.
Oh my!
If you look at their streaming views and the chatter, it's not as good as, say, Strange New Worlds. I mean, it did better than Discovery, but that's not hard to do on the hateful internet with a black female captain. You know, that's not hard to do. But I feel like they had to do Picard because Discovery was doing so bad. But people are kind of tired of Spock, so they had to pivot somewhere. And where else to hit the nerds right? Well, especially since Shatner is like, you know, the older Justin Bieber at this point. They're like, well, we can't do that. We got to go to Picard. Let's move to Next Generation.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't like, I mean, it's just the built-in thing with Picard. It's like, I mean, your title star is like 80 years old. It's you know, you're not gonna have him jumping off cliffs and doing stunt work and
exactly.
And Shatner's like 91. You really ain't getting him to do stunts.
Yeah, so it's like a whole thing. It's like, well, you know, let's hit the TNG nerds right where it hurts, because, you know, obviously they are the most popular cast. Let's just be real about that. But
you were saying about the rest of the Voyager cast. I thought I saw like a headline somewhere that they were saying, I don't know if it was the director or somebody was saying he wanted like Janeway and a couple of the others to make an appearance.
That's what they say, but they had all this time to have Janeway and Bupkis. I mean, they got her on that animated show or whatever, but like that's crumbs, you know.
Yeah, but do you think maybe they couldn't come to an agreement on payment or whatever?
I don't know if they ever made up, but we all know that there's issues between her and Jerry Ryan.
Oh,
and the fact that Jerry Ryan got to be on Picard before her, that could have been a whole thing too.
Oh, yeah.
And I stand with Janeway. You know, I just do. So.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, it's not like really. I mean, Jerry Ryan's fault. They brought her in to do a
It's not
job.
Jerry Ryan's fault at all, but they should have used some common sense.
She paid her price in the 90s of getting vacuum sealed in that costume. She paid her dues.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying she doesn't, but again, I will,
Yeah.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. Like, it's just, Picard was just really weird for me. Like, I had a really hard time getting into it. I couldn't watch it on a per episode basis. I had to binge the seasons. Like, the plot holes and the MacGuffins. And, like, it didn't feel like Star Trek to me.
And kids, spoil. I mean, we're going to get into spoilers here. So if you haven't watched the end of Picard yet, yeah.
Yeah. So it gives me, like, Picard feels like like J.J. Abrams' movie. Like, it feels like that.
How dare you?
The vibes have been off the whole time for me.
I mean, is it to cover up some of the flaws? But I'm like, why? In like a lot of our modern Trek, is the bridge always like dark?
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
It has to be. It's something. But like, we have 30 episodes. And I feel like in those 30 episodes, we didn't find much to say. For a Star Trek show, and especially with what the world was going through and is going through, and Star Trek is all about the political. I don't care what you say. Go back and watch the original. It is about the political. It is about the hope. And there's no hope. It felt bleak and desperate. And that's just not what I want in my Trek. Like, I have all these other shows for that. Like, Trek is supposed to be that hopeful message, and it just... I think they have just completely shit the bed on this one.
Wow.
Like, they don't understand what Trek is anymore. Ever since we've been trying to recover from the J.J. Abrams fiasco, and we're still, like, technically kind of set in that universe, and where Spock's the most important character, and, I kind of see why now. Picard's kind of, even the thing they did with Q, I was just like, I definitely tuned in that week to watch it when it came out, but then I was like, oh, that's what they're gonna do? Both times? Okay.
I mean, last season, and then spoilers, kids. Q is in the like the mid-credit scene in the last episode. So
yeah,
I was like, wait a minute, is he supposed to be dead? I'm like, and if he's not dead, then why don't we have him for more of the season?
Well, because John Delancey is hard to work with.
Oh,
that's not me talking out of school. Everybody knows it. Even the My Little Pony fandom knows it. So. I'm just so over it at this point.
Oh, really? Because I was going to say, I didn't know about the next gen cast, because I thought I've seen pictures of some of them out with him. Like,
on producer-wise. Like, wrangling him is like wrangling cats.
Okay.
Sometimes people just want to go home and they don't want to do the extra take just for the sake of the blooper reel. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I gotcha.
Anyway.
But, I love how they just gave up on the after season 1. They gave up on doing the data effects on Brent Spiner. Now they're just
He's like, I've earned my due.
He's an advanced android. This one's an advanced one. It looks very human. There, and an age. There you go.
Blending in very well. I mean, I thought the first season had a lot of interesting concepts. The second season really spent the whole season retooling for said season 3. And it just, for me, it was a flop.
I mean, I wouldn't personally call it a flop, but I just feel, I mean, they could have done more, especially those first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely were. They're hitting the nostalgia in this season. I mean, I saw that Enterprise D at the end of episode 9. I was just like, don't cry.
Oh my God, Phil. I don't know, like, for me, as, like, a Deep Space Nine fan, too, it's like, we have so much more to mine and actually dig into. Like, I felt like we didn't need to come back to this Picard well. We just didn't.
Well, that's why I was hoping at the end we're going to get...
Voyager, Enterprise! Justice for Enterprise!
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping for, in that final battle, in the finale, I was hoping, like, people from Voyager, Deep Space Nine were going to show up, and nope.
Think that they're gonna work on it, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
They gave us like 2 seconds of Tuvok.
Oh yeah.
Which they must have thrown out those original ears, because those don't look like the ears he had in the 90s.
He had a little something done. Don't worry about it.
Seems like it, yeah.
But I just thought it was like, I found the titles interesting, but I like, the first episode is Next Generation, the one is the Last Generation. And then we have Vox as, the penultimate series.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to throw you out a challenge. Tell me what's the one thing you like the most about this season?
It's the nostalgia, but it's the thing I hate the most too.
In
all this time, and let me tell you, we barely so we didn't even get new merch.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
Like, I still have all my old Star Trek Next Generation stuff. I was waiting for new stuff, and then they didn't even give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
This is Paramount's problem. Like, they don't know how to
capitalize
on anything.
Is that part of the problem too? With it?
It's so expensive to make, and they're not doing it on broadcast TV because they need to prop up Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Putting Trek behind a paywall has always been the issue.
Mm-hmm.
It has always been the issue.
Oh,
it's not right.
I remember when they announced that, they're coming out with this show Discovery.
Do you know how much better the show would be doing if it was actually on the CBS main channel?
Oh, yeah.
It's sickening, the decisions that they've made for Trek.
Oh, that's all about money, but
Whether it's like the showrunners for Discovery, the fact that we're so hard swung and flung into this J.J. Abrams verse. Yeah. Everything about all the decisions. It's insane to me. We're not living up to Gene's promise.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Not even like CBS, but it's like, even if you put it on, doesn't Paramount have like a TV network? Even if you put that, it's like on basic cable. Yeah.
I don't think they have a basic cable. The basic cable is CW.
Wouldn't work. Okay, maybe they got rid of
Showtime? It. Showtime is the only other cable.
I thought they actually had it was called. I thought it was the Paramount Network, unless they got rid of it or something. But
I think they must.
I thought they had because I know I thought all the old ladies were bitching because then they had. I think they had Yellowstone on there for a while, but then they threw it behind the paywall.
Really?
I thought so.
I know it was like CBS All Access before, and then they had Paramount Plus, and then they merged and made it. Let me see the app. Let me see. There's
like I said, unless
BT, they own Nickelodeon, they own Miramax. They have a couple of Spanish channels.
Of course they own Nickelodeon. That's the one where that show with Janeway's on.
Yeah. CBS Studios, no, this is all under that.
Like I said,
there was like a CBS News streaming network. I don't know.
No.
CBS Sports, the CW, BT. No, I don't know what they could be talking about. I felt like they owned TV Guide too at one point, but maybe that's Warner Brothers.
Here we go. Paramount Network is a premium entertainment destination that pushes the limits of storytelling with bold, scripted, and non-scripted series.
What non-scripted series do they have? I'll wait. Unless they're counting Bar Rescue, which is not their actual.
Bar Ink Master, is that
that's not an original. Oh, I guess it's on like MTV. Hold on.
Yeah, because everything else is looks like a scripted show. Yeah, so whatever reality shows they've bought, maybe that's the unscripted. I don't know. And don't tell me reality
TV shows are scripted.
I was about to say, don't tell me reality TV ain't scripted, but
right. Well, it's at least edited story. They have story editors, so.
Have you watched Mayor? I'm sure you have. Mayor of Kingstown, or did you see that?
No, but Yellowstone and all their spinoffs are awesome. Like, listen, Paramount Plus has become like old CBS, where it's like shit your dad watches. But like, I'm into it. Like I told you, I made no secrets about it. I love Walker Texas Ranger. I loved all that. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. So like Yellowstone, like, and plus Kevin Costner, like, yay for his comeback, you know.
I know.
They also have that show with freaking Keith Sutherland that I love, Rabbit Hole.
Oh yeah. You know,
which is basically the new 24.
And I haven't watched it yet, but did you see they have Stallone has a new show, Tulsa King?
Oh yeah, no, that is good. Tulsa King is really good.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Stallone being a character, like everybody else around him is really good too, but you know, Stallone's gonna Stallone.
Yeah. Because it seems like that's what, besides Trek, that's like, well, I see commercials for Yellowstone too, but those are the ones they push.
Yellowstone's the next major, definitely like headliner. And then you have all the nostalgia of like the Nickelodeon stuff, and then
I was gonna say,
Daria, the MTV stuff.
I've seen commercials for that Mayor of Kingstown, probably because it's like, oh hey, look, it's Renner,
Yeah, it's not good.
No. And then
it didn't even tempt me. Like they also like every time I end an episode of Trek, they always no, it's Rabbit Hole. They're like, hey, you should either watch Tulsa Kings or freaking the Mayor. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna watch it.
All right, and I'm sorry, but that guy who plays Picard's son, is he supposed to be like 20? He don't look like he's 20.
He looks like he's 35 at best.
Trust me, kids. Lilith Hellfire has done in-depth examinations of 20.
And it's like, instead of bringing back Wesley, which we all know is his real son, you're going to do this to us? They could have at least made it canon. I'm just saying. Chris was right there. Tell the truth.
Wheaton got like, what, 5 minutes at the end of the last season?
Yeah, it's so rude. Because he's literally the glue that's keeping the Star Trek Next Generation family together. If you know, you know. If not, go listen to Michael Rosenbaum's podcast.
Yeah,
and then you'll know.
But I mean, I mean, I've seen a few of them, but yeah, Wheaton's doing the after show, so
yeah. So it's kind of weird how they treat Wheaton and stuff, but
But why?
He needs a better manager. Flat out at that point. But like the producers are never really happy about it, especially we all remember the plot line that he had and why he wasn't invited to the wedding in the movies. We all know the drama, right? We don't have to rehash it. We've moved past it and we've healed from it, but it doesn't seem like it.
Well, wasn't that the original plan for Next Gen? Is like it was supposed to be focused on him, but then they're like, nah, we can't make this.
We're probably getting a Starfleet Academy, and that'd be awesome if he was a professor or something. But whatever.
No,
whatever.
He's like a traveler or something.
We've done the traveler story. Nobody likes that story.
But I'm surprised. Okay, again, spoilers, kids. That we made like Seven the captain of like the new Enterprise. Spoilers.
Why? That was the setup from them. I saw that coming a mile away when they put her there.
Well, now, especially when we talk about it, I'm just like, if they're looking to go on the cheap side, it's like, isn't Jerry Ryan going to command more money than like a newbie? It's like,
a newbie won't put butts in seats either.
True. But I mean, anyone who we've saw in this last season of Picard. I mean, I know we're not going to put his son in the seat already, but it's I'm surprised we didn't find some way to finagle that where it's just like, oh, you like Picard? Well, now his son is commanding the Enterprise.
And who the hell's his son? Like, I don't feel any obligation or affiliation with that kid. So whatever.
The guy he met 5 minutes ago.
I'm like, I know that's you and Q's secret baby, but anyway. But like, it had to be the Borg again? Really? It's like, no offense, Phil. I know you're a Voyager fan, but Voyager ruined the Borg.
Well, they overdid the Borg. It's like, it was just like, people didn't like, was it the Kazon? They're just like, nah, we don't know none of this. And then it's like, again, Voyager, it's like, if you want familiar faces, who's going to be on the other side of the galaxy? But yeah, they did overplay the Borg and Voyager. And again, I mean, unless you, is it just for simplicity's sake doing the Borg? Because otherwise it's just, how do you do a big grand scope story? It's basically, you'd have to start like a war or something, or again, I thought they blew their load too quickly with Q in season 2. Hale, they should have saved him for this season.
Yeah, but they were desperate for viewers in season 2.
No, true. And it's like no, we kind of did a Borg something last season, but they were just like, no, that's not the real Borg. That's like,
and I'm like, that's not freaking Moira from Arrow. That's not the Borg Queen I know and love.
No, I believe that's the Borg Queen from the end of Voyager. I do believe.
It is. Like I said, it's not the Borg Queen I know and love.
Yeah.
So, no offense, Voyager kind of ruined the Borg. It was like, I was like, Borg is a like movie level threat event, right? And then when they had to come dumb it down for the TV show, it was just like, even when they had like Lucretius on the TV show on Next Gen, it still was like,
yeah, but
leave
again,
the Borg alone.
Well, again, too, I mean, Next Gen only did the Borg here and there. Voyager, yeah, they really overplayed the Borg.
Yeah, to the point where it's like, oh, they're not so scary. They're just like us after all.
But again, like I said, a lot of people didn't like some of the aliens they came up with for Voyager. But then it's like, well, if we want to do familiar faces, who can get to the other side of the galaxy to meet Voyager? The board.
True.
You know, can't have Romulans showing up
Cardassians.
Like, yeah, but it's like every week and like different one, you know, Cardassians. Like, no.
Who the hell is Ed Spillers? Like, I don't know this kid. Is that the kid from Aragon? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh. That's why I had a visceral reaction to him. He is 35 in real life.
Oh, Picard's son.
Yeah. So we don't do blonde captains though, just saying. So yeah.
Well, and I was gonna say, if we don't like black captains, what about black first officers?
Yeah. Actually, we haven't. Well, yeah, I guess. It was weird though. Like I said, everything just felt like, let's do nostalgia's sake. Let's bring this person back.
Well, the thing
it didn't help the plot at the end of the day.
Exactly. And then Will and I were talking about this. It's like, didn't the pacing seem a little off? Because like the first 8 episodes, we were kind of moving at a slower pace. Then it's like, oh shit, we're at episode 9. We better pick up the pace.
Of course. And that's how. Honestly, I feel like that's how all the seasons have been. And it's like, you only have 10 episodes. You know, what are you doing?
Yeah. It was kind of like, oh wait, but here we go. What's this mysterious threat? Oh wait, look, it's the changelings. What are the changelings doing? They got this big plane going on, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, they're working for the board.
Duh. I don't know, like, it's just, you can just feel like the new writers' room for Trek isn't bad, but I feel like they don't understand old Trek and like the premise of which Trek is set upon. And I don't think we've understood. I think we lost that plot line definitely with the J.J. Abrams verse, and we haven't really ever been to recapture that vision.
Well, is it just because it's different too? Because now we're doing like season-wide stories instead of episodic TV like Trek used to be.
Even then, eventually, like into season 3 and 4, when Next Generation specifically gets good,
oh yeah,
you kind of can see the threats here and there, and they're building the world, and they're doing this and they're doing that.
Oh yeah.
And then, then we just go way off into Deep Space Nine, where it's just basically the whole series is just one big evolution, character evolution for everybody involved, which was really cool. So
all right. Here's another question for you. Not to go too far off topic, but you are a Deep Space Nine fan. If they do bring those characters back into play, is it all right to recast Odo, especially since he was a shapeshifter?
No, we don't even mention Odo.
Oh, really?
You know what I say? I say that Sisko came back too late. His wife and his kids are dead, and Kira's still alive, and they get together. That's my personal thing.
Oh, we see who you're shipping. Okay.
I mean, they shipped it in the first season. I don't know what to tell you. They did. And then they, for some goddamn reason, not that I don't love Odo and Kira. I love that love story, but Kira and Sisko, it's always been there, and they need to address it.
Well, again, it wasn't this like mid-90s where we're not ready for an interracial Trek relation. But meanwhile, it's like
2 women kissed, so it's fine. 2 women kissed on Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but I kind of feel people were more down with that in the 90s than an interracial or even like 2 if it was.
No, you'd be surprised how many people actually wrote into that one.
Really?
I mean, it's almost like they could have picked up the Kirk and your storyline, but whatever. I'm not gonna dwell on it. They were cowards, and it's fine. They were cowards, and it's fine.
But again, that's the other part of being on network TV is like you got to worry about advertisers and stuff, and it's just like, really?
I mean, Trek's gonna get what Trek's gonna get, man.
Yeah.
It's core fans, and like I said, Enterprise was the only show that didn't get 7 seasons. And you want to know why?
Why?
We didn't need cold, hard, wet nipples in every episode. It was very intrusive.
So what was, do you think? Was T'Pol the answer to in it, or did they turn up the dial? They're like, oh, 7 and 9
Way
kind of
too
worked.
much.
Let's turn it up.
That was it was way too much. Paul was way too much.
I mean, yes, serious, logical, cold, wet, hard nipples.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
It's like, babes, warm up, get a sweater.
Oh my! Although, I mean, that was kind of a TV trope in the '90s and early 2000s. So,
listen, as a Charm fan, I know. As a CW fan and the WB fan, I know.
Hell, the first couple seasons of Big Bang Theory, that's what that got to. Penny.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that next legacy show, that the anthology show that they're trying to put together isn't gonna come together, but I don't think it's gonna work out the way they think.
I don't know. It's just the reports I saw. They're saying they're like, oh, well, don't look for it right away. It's not going to be right away. Yeah.
There's a lot of things to be hammered out.
Well,
and I think they actually really, my personal opinion, they want to focus on Strange New Worlds, but it's like we got all these contractual obligations for these older actors.
And again, and then too, if you're only doing like 10 episode seasons, you need another Trek show besides Strange New Worlds.
No, you don't.
I mean, if you want to bring, you want the Trek people to keep coming back, instead of like, I'll watch my 10.
Well, this is the whole thing, though. It's like, if you don't have Paramount Plus, then you probably don't know this. It's like, literally, most of the people that were watching Picard, outside of you, they're like Charlie's age, and they're old, and they're gullible, and they'll find something else to watch, whether it's Blue Bloods, Rabbit Hole, Yellowstone, and all its spinoffs. Or, they'll be there now. They have an established programming now that they didn't back in 2020. Or, back when it was like CBS All Access and all that. Like, they definitely have found their niche. And I am a shareholder, so I can keep an eye on that. And they've actually been growing where, and Disney's been losing subscribers and they've been gaining subscribers. So they're doing something right.
Yeah. I mean, is there anyone under 30 who's like a huge Trek fan watching these shows now? Because again, it's like,
and they don't need it because the kids are broke.
Yeah, that's true. But again,
it's shifted. The advertising money has actually shifted. It's no longer that 18 to 32 market. They know where the money is.
And again, too, it's like if you didn't watch those Trek series from the 90s, it's like, are you coming? You're not going to be coming here.
You could just jump in. I mean, you literally
can, but I don't know if
you
people
can get the DVDs. You can stream it. You can do whatever.
I guess. I mean,
you can fall in that rabbit hole. Say you want to connect with your grandpa or your dad or something. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you like older people still bring in the younger generation to Trek, and that's how it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what they're dependent on, and that's why they're programming, not just because they're CBS, but just because they're programming, they know their demographic, and they actually cater to their demographic. Like, you can make fun of them over the Old People Network, but NCIS has been on for 20 years. And we have 5 spinoffs. Sucking SVU, like,
I don't know, man. SVU's doing fine, man.
It's doing fine, but they have the more successful spinoffs. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, that thing must be making money. I mean, you don't come back for season 20, whatever, if you're not making money.
And also, procedurals are cheap to make.
True. I mean, if you're making more in advertising than it is to produce it, you're like, okay, let's keep going.
You know what? What is it? Anytime I'm ever watching like SVU at somebody's house, it's always like a damn Mazda commercial or something. So, God bless them. Whatever works.
I mean, I can think of at least two channels that'll replay SVU. So I mean,
it's USA.
USA. There's like a it's what is it? It's like a smaller one. It's like the CW, but it's not the CW. It's another one. Ion.
Oh yeah, Ion. Yeah, they live They have that and like Flashpoint, like all those little procedurals from like their late 2010s.
And then I think BBC America and what's it? We and a bunch of them are replaying regular Law and Order.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you can get it for a good price, I mean, even regular Law and Order.
That's such a bad content catalog, but that depends. Are they getting the whole content catalog? Where are they getting it before? Like, are they getting like post Lenny Briscoe? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
or are
they
getting it up to a certain point pre Anthony Anderson? Like, I don't think they're getting the whole package.
I don't know. Maybe the first 20 seasons, because anytime I've been tuning in lately, it's been Lenny Briscoe. So
okay. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's a deep catalog to buy. And I think that they would probably break it up like, well, if you want the whole thing, it's extra.
Yeah, no. The ones I've seen, it's like prime Law and Order. It's Lenny Briscoe. It's, the era of what the hell is Jack McCoy doing?
Oh, yeah, Jack McCoy. But I don't know. Like, I just didn't really feel a connection to any of these characters when they came back, unfortunately. Like, the first one, Data showed up, and I'm just like, oh. Okay.
Oh, the first season?
Yeah. Then the second season, I was like, okay, we've upped the ante. You were trapped in like an alternate reality by Q. Yada yada.
Time travel.
It's like basically the second season was basically like an extended version of like the pilot episode of Next Generation.
And again, is that like another money saving thing where season 2 it's like, oh, we're gonna time travel back to 2022? It's like
exactly. It's like we're gonna save money.
Yeah, just filming them in the street. Okay.
And what the hell was with the Romulan housekeeper? And they could have kept that with the romantic feelings.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna.
I was like, that was weird.
Especially like she showed up for 5 minutes in the beginning of like episode 1 this season, and then you don't see her. It's like
it was a lot of strange artistic choices made. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean. And again, I mean, I don't know if the season needed to be longer or if like they needed to.
It should have been at least all the season should have been 13 episodes.
Especially the last season. I mean, and especially when you're bringing back the whole crew. I mean, God, come on, because I'm like, by the time we're getting to like episode 3 this season or episode 4, I'm like, where the hell is everybody?
You know what? We need to do. You, my friend, need to go to a Star Trek.
I love how low like, you know what we need to do? I need to tell you what to do.
Well, no, I am already going, and I've already been to several, but they have, the annual Trek convention every year is in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
It's usually in August, which is the hottest month, so it'll be super cheap. Nobody wants to be in a devil's ass crack. But it's worth it. It's totally worth it.
No one wants to be in the devil's anus in August.
Exactly. Do I smell a daredevil thing? No. But yeah, no. You get a lot of great news, especially now because we have so much Star Trek stuff. I remember back in the day, and it was just dry as hell, and we were still clinging to hope about those movies with the original cast. Damn you, Tom Hardy! Damn you to hell! No, y'all know he's my short king. It's a joke. It's a jokey joke.
Oh my.
But yeah, that's what you have to do that. If you're a Star Trek fan, you have to do that at least once in your life. Especially because, everybody's old as hell now. You have to do it.
Oh yeah, I would like to get some interviews, but that ain't gonna happen, especially now.
I know. Well, I heard you can probably get an interview with Shatner if you really want to. Might do a barn door protocol, but he'll do an interview with anybody.
Oh, really? Okay, we can start there because I was thinking next gen cast, but no, I'll talk to anybody. I was even.
Wheaton might. I don't know.
That's
really the best memory.
Since we were talking, I was thinking maybe Wheaton, but
who else?
Maybe
you can get Tuvok.
I was gonna say Tom and Harry from Voyager because they do their own podcast.
One podcaster to another.
Be like, you know how hard it is to do a podcast.
I mean, I could do. I wish we would have kept our Star Trek podcast. That would have been like, I would much rather do that than deal with Spider-Man at this point. So we have so much content. We never run out, Phil.
I know. Again, we built this kingdom where it's like if we want to take a hiatus from a show for weeks or months, we can and do something else. I mean, I tell you this.
Like I tell you, comic books are just not where it's at for me at this point. Like, It is going down the tube quickly. And I can't wait to talk Amazing Spider-Man number 24 with you, Phil. Stay tuned, kids, over on the main Capes and Lunatics feed, where we will destroy that book.
Just like the internet did this week, kids.
But yeah, no, like, I love Trek, and, like, Picard's okay. It's just not what I would have wanted. In my head, it's not what I envisioned. It just wasn't.
I will give you. Okay, here's why I think Strange New Worlds is superior to all the other modern Trek. And again, it has nothing to do with female captains or whatever.
No, because Voyager is Phil's favorite Star Trek.
No. I'm just. I think the reason Strange New Worlds is doing so well is because it's more like the classic formula for Trek. They're out there exploring. It just seems like the more modern Trek, it's always about conflict, and
which is literally goes against Gene Roddenberry's whole thing.
Exactly.
That's all that I'm saying. It's like, babes, read the original book, okay?
I'm
sure that show Bible is somewhere.
I want to see people fighting in space. I'll watch a Star Wars. It's let's get that. Yeah, let's get back to classic Trek, and I think that's what Strange New Worlds does. It's more in them. It's like, oh, hey, we're stuck in an anomaly or something. Just.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much more to explore in old Trek than new Trek could ever offer.
And again, it almost seems like the Trek we love from the 90s and even before, where it's because it's like there are threads that go through this season, but I think Strange New World seems more episodic than any of the other series.
Yeah, it's episodic, but then like they have those episodes. And I think I like that more, where it's just like, I'd rather have just like a big bad episode, and then we just kind of keep exploring, and that's in the back of our mind, and then we encounter them again, I like that approach a lot more. Even though Deep Space Nine is my favorite show, where it just really, there was nothing episodic about it at all from the Jump Street. It was never meant to be. Yeah,
the Next Gen originally did that many seasons. It's like season 3 into season 4. Season 3 finale, season 4 premiere was that, best of both worlds. But after that, we're doing episodic episodes, And
that worked for that particular storytelling because of where they were in history, where, you'd be lucky to even get the VHS. So you're watching it week to week, and you gotta wait for summer for the reruns, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but now we're in this brave new world where you can have the
you can just watch it
with the extras, and you can stream it anywhere.
I was gonna say, or you just stream it, any episode.
Which I don't encourage. I think if you can find everything on Blu-ray, get it now. I don't trust streaming services. I just don't. Like, I think there's about to be an implosion very shortly.
Like any movie I want, and I see a commercial that says out on digital now, I'm like, no, wait for the Blu-ray. I don't want
then you digital. Get I always get the package where it's like the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital format.
Mm-hmm.
Although Vudu is not the best.
I was in Best Buy the other day. I saw at first I was like, why is this so expensive? I've seen it somewhere cheaper, but it was the nice. It was a nice steel jacket packaging for. It was the first 3 John Wicks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a nice steel package.
They have confidence when they put out the steel book.
Well, I mean, I think he just keeps making more and more money.
Yeah. Well, kind of like Trek. It just, you're like, okay, the first one's all right. I like where this is going. The second one and the third one, and you're just in this universe now, and you're stuck, and you're like, what? It's worse places to be.
Exactly.
I was always surprised that Next Generation even was made, to be perfectly honest. Like, looking back at all the trouble that they had with the original Trek, and just even the first few seasons of Next Generation, it is such a miracle that this has lasted this long.
And I mean, it's just all, again, it was the 80s.
I just want it set up for success so that if I ever do have kids and grandkids, they can be watching original Trek, find their Trek. I think whatever Trek you first watch, for me, it's a little different because I love Captain Sisko. I love Cisco. So
that's right, kids. Our private joke, but yes, when Lilith's Asian grandchildren she wants them to be watching original Trek.
Exactly.
She doesn't want children. She wants grandchildren.
I want them to have their own Sulu Sulu moment. Sulu, chasing people around with the samurai sword. I want them to have their own moment like that.
You know how to have the quickest, easiest way for you to get the grandchildren of Hellfire?
I'll just marry somebody with kids that already have grandkids.
Oh, true. I was gonna say, or you just adopt someone who's like 17, about to turn 18. Then you're just like, oh, you turned 18 in 2 months. Okay, get out.
That would be foster care. At least American foster care. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I don't know. It was just like, I love seeing the cast together outside of work, right? But it's just something about when I saw them in Picard together, it hit me in the gut different, and I didn't like it.
Did you see at the end when Jack had that picture of Picard and Dr. Crusher, and they looked younger?
Yeah.
I guess that was some I saw on Twitter.
He's a traveler. Mark my words.
What was that? Yeah, kind of, because it was like that was like an actual picture of those two got taken, and I think like early. I don't know. They made an appearance somewhere like during next gen, and so that was like a actual like I don't know if it was a publicity. It's something on a red carpet maybe or something. But yeah, it was like a real picture that was taken back then. At least they didn't like Photoshop that crap.
I feel like Riker didn't get a lot of resolution either.
Yeah, but did he need a lot? I mean, he had. I mean,
come on, let's all be real. Next year, like, okay, Riker is to Picard as Scottie Pippen was to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't know. Like, we know a lot, but they didn't show a lot. Like, we just know a lot from like the lore, right?
But it's like Picard's looking for that happy ending and stuff, and it's like Riker already has.
Well, debatable.
Well, what?
Debatable.
Well, Picard's looking for a happy ending, you know.
Hell. It was always gonna be Crusher. She's got those magic hands.
Hell.
She's a healer after all.
She's a dancer. But
I don't know. I don't know why I'm so hard on Picard. Like, okay. I mean, I'm way worse on Discovery. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Discovery absolutely ruined continuity. They had to blow it up and send them into the future to get rid of them.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? I saw another article. They were talking about Strange New Worlds coming back, and I guess the Klingons are showing up in Strange New Worlds. So like, hey, yeah, don't worry, classic Klingons will be back for Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, it would only make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It would only make sense. Just nothing about Discovery made sense. I mean, outside of Michelle Yeoh, obviously, but best character on the show, poor thing.
Oh yeah, what do you think about that? Section 31.
I'm excited for it. I always felt like that should have been a spinoff way sooner.
Oh
just
yeah,
like Starfleet Academy should have been a spinoff. Like how we would have got rid of Wesley, right? Send him like he wanted to be a commissioned officer so bad. There you go. Like perfect, and that would have actually kept the younger generation of Star Trek fans more invested. I think that we have declined. Like, people my age and your age, like, imagine if we would have had a Starfleet following Wesley Crusher. I feel like they could have done a little bit more to solidify that next generation of fan base, and they just kind of didn't. I don't really see people younger than me talking about Trek.
I mean, again, you need younger characters. I mean, look, we all love.
So I think that's why they're doing Starfleet Academy, but it's like, who's going to be the character who's the POV character? There's nobody really that's able to.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, but
okay. So, how do you feel about their what they did with Worf this season? I mean, as a fan of Next Gen and Deep Space Nine, how do you feel the characterization of Worf in this?
I hate Worf, so I thought it was perfect.
Oh, you hate Worf? Okay.
No, I love the actor, but I absolutely hate Worf as a character. He blows it every damn time. Every time. The man is just, he's bad at life. He's like Oliver Queen in Arrow. He is bad at life, my friend. Like the hottest women, the many chances and the promotion. He just blows it. Like, I don't understand, man.
And it's just they really played him up for comedic effect in this. Just the pacifism thing. I was just like, oh, I don't know.
Babes, you're Klingon. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I'm like, why don't we just rate him as like, he's still the warrior, and it's like he's looking for this honorable way to die, but they just won't let him die.
He's getting too old for this.
Exactly.
It was definitely Murtaugh effect in full effect.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right, think about that.
I think Geordi got off the best. I'm just gonna say it in case you're gonna ask.
That's funny you said that, because I was about to say I think my MVP of the season was LeVar Burton. Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Like finally, it was a long time coming for that character.
Oh yeah.
Like they finally actually gave him something to do.
I know. Fine. I mean, eventually he relents, but at first he's like, tell Picard, no.
Good for you, buddy. He's like, I'm not getting dragged back into your mess.
You're gonna endanger my daughters.
Exactly, and that's so cool that it was his real life daughter too. So
I know. I thought that was
that would be awesome. The kids of Next Generation all come together. Although they killed Data. Is Data's daughter still dead?
Yeah, because I think they said her programming was in there with the rest of them. I thought, but they really didn't play it up. But
spit out a body, it's fine.
Exactly.
I think that would be an interesting premise, actually.
Yeah, because
revenge on Q, baby. That's all I'm saying. It's right there. All the kids get together. Revenge on Q.
Or Q gathers the kids.
That sounds creepy, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Riker and Troy have a daughter. Geordi has 2 daughters. Picard has a son. We got no mention of Alexander, but isn't Alexander still out there? Worf's son. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many interesting things that they could do. I just don't think that they're going to choose the interesting route. I think they're going to choose just kind of like Discovery. I don't trust them.
It's just the problem. It's just like so many of the franchises we love, Lilith, are just now. It's just so much big business.
Just husks of their former selves.
But because it's big companies and big business now, so it's like.
Well, I mean, ever since Next Generation, Star Trek has been a big business.
Oh yeah.
I mean, where are the books now? There's literally no Star. I mean, there were the comic books that I enjoy, whether it's Marvel or DC. And now IDW, I think, has the license, and those are really good. But that's about it. That's all you're gonna get. Like, where's the books at again? Like, we need to get back into like Star Trek actually being a business with merch and T-shirts and like, where are the T-shirts?
Because that was the other thing. I was in Barnes and Noble also, and it's
I should be walking into Walmart and seeing a damn Star Trek Picard shirt.
Or how about more build your own ship models and
come on, Lego.
Where's the Picard?
Shut up and take my money, Lego.
Where's the Picard season 3 figures and?
Yeah, like I'll even take a Mego. I don't care.
Well, was that the other problem? Because they assume the audience is going to be older. They're like, oh, these old people ain't gonna be buying.
Old people are the only people that buy merch. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah. Well,
any old Star Trek fan I know has built at least 7 ships. That's all I'm saying. It's true. If they need the market research, I'll give it to them. I've already done it.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just shocked that there's not Star Trek T-shirts, and because that's where the money is, unless they still owe Gene Roddenberry's estate. I've never really dug into that whole thing because I know I haven't seen new merch. I know that Voyager didn't have merch. I think I saw one Voyager ship maybe. There's no Enterprise stuff. The bulk of all the Star Trek merch that I have is Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. And I know something happened around that time with Roddenberry's widow about the rights. So I don't know how they ever fixed it. But now that I think about it, it's very rare you see new Star Trek merch. So I'm going to have to dig into that.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. We got where they actually used Majel Barrett's voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, it was really nice.
Because even Riker was like, I miss that voice.
We all do. May she rest in power.
Yes.
But yeah, that we could do a whole special on her. The actor and the character, very interesting.
Which character? She's played more than one character.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
The characters. But I don't know. I feel like Picard ended in a non-logical place. It's not where I was hoping.
I mean, again, it was like, they spin it. They're teasing a spin-off, and
It's a snake eating its own tail at this point.
yeah. Well, again, it's a business, but it's like, and I know they wanted to give everyone a happy ending, but I'm like, if this is their final journey, I was waiting for someone to die. I was like, I guess not.
Yeah, that's what shook me. I'm like, not even a red shirt? We got no red shirts. What are we doing over here?
Although, I mean, it's did they learn their lesson by killing Data in that movie? And they're just like, well, there's always the chance to bring these characters back at some points. Let's not kill anybody.
I think they did that just because it was Brent. They're like, we're sick of dealing with it. Hey, I'm not talking out of school. You can Google it. I think that's what that was about. But the idea that Tom Hardy could ever carry a franchise.
If you think Tom Hardy can carry a franchise, kids,
our whole family can suck it. I mean, how long? We haven't had a Venom 3 yet, so they only broke even on both. Just so we're clear. Not that I don't love Venom.
Oh, did you see that? They added the first Venom. They added is it all the Toby movies, or at least 1 and 2? I think they're adding Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 to Disney Plus.
I only have my Disney Plus package for ESPN and Hulu, but thank you for the update. I own those movies on Blu-ray.
I own them all. I own them all on Blu-ray too. But I'm just saying, yeah, they just recently at the
Sony wants a sweet chunk of that money. Of course, it's the only thing holding that damn movie division up.
Well, someone was even saying too. They're like, do you think that's a strategy move?
The video game.
Do you think that's a strategy move because Across the Spider-Verse is coming too?
Of course. Although that's not on there, is it?
Oh, the first one. I didn't see it announced.
What's crazy though? Everybody thought that Sony was crazy because they don't have a streaming service. They just rent their stuff out, and now everybody's realizing, like, hey, that Netflix model was a lot easier than putting up a streaming station. So I think we're definitely gonna. I think Disney might give up the streaming. I really do. They might keep the ESPN stuff and the Hulu, but I don't know. I think Disney Plus might just be for overseas.
Or do you think maybe that would they partner with Sony so they can share half the cost or whatever?
No, Sony doesn't want to be in the streaming business. They could have been. They have Crackle. If they really wanted to strip, they do have Crackle where they put content. They just don't. It's just there to be there. So trust me, if Sony wanted to be in the streaming business, they would already be there. They've had Crackle forever.
But you mentioned Netflix. Did you see they're about to end their mailing out the DVDs and stuff?
Yeah, it was time. It hasn't been profitable for over 5. As a shareholder, they have never been profitable as a company. But you just keep hoping. Just keep hoping. So it was time. It's 2023.
So there's literally going to be like nowhere you can rent DVDs and Blu-rays anymore.
That's not true. You can go to Redbox. Redbox is still a thing.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. The only place I've seen that was in our Walmart, and I can't even remember if that's still there or not.
Oh yeah,
I never used it.
It's always going to be in Walmart, bro. Right next to the soda machine and the stupid little whatever carnival game they got. It's always going to be there.
And they change counting machine.
Exact Coinstar, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Although, life pro tip: if you have a credit union or a regular bank, usually banks have Coinstars and it's for free.
Ah.
Just a little life pro tip, so you don't have to give up. I think it's 12.5% or something of your change. I'll just say home accounting. I don't care.
You know what?
I'm a 90s kid.
Pretty cheaply too. You can buy an electric coin sorter where it'll yeah.
Exactly. You don't need all that anymore. Unless you want to buy Bitcoin. I think that's the coolest way to buy Bitcoin.
Well, change?
Yeah, you just buy Bitcoin right there at the coin store. Or a gift card,
Well, gift card,
the gift card and Bitcoin, they don't actually take the percentage, so that's why I say it's kind of the better deal. I mean, but only if you know what you're doing with Bitcoin, because cryptocurrency is a techno nightmare.
I was gonna say Bitcoin. I might as well buy Shroot bucks.
I mean, Bitcoin's the only stable cryptocurrency. Just being real.
I don't understand crypto.
NFTs I didn't understand. I mean, that's a money laundering scam. Clearly. Clearly, anything involving art is always a money laundering scam. Just a life pro tip, guys. That's how the rich kind of just wash their money. It's none of my business, but it's true. Ask the FBI and the CIA. That's a true thing. So NFTs were definitely high-tech money laundering. That's why they're not there anymore.
Now we just have AI art.
Oh, just sick Disney on them. That's all you gotta do.
Disney snipers.
Mm-hmm. Although, Phil, you have to watch that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. You have to. We have to do that for like Patreon. Please.
Okay. Remind me when we're done. I have something that I think we talked about it, but we got to do in June. So I got.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Wait, for Salty and Betty?
For Salty and Petty, yeah.
I was gonna say because I have a whole hell of a summer already planned, tearing apart Heroes Reborn. So.
Well, once a month, love. Come on.
I'll need that whole month to recover. What do you mean?
No. I think it's something you'll like on Salty and Petty in June. So.
Okay, no, that's totally cool. But yeah, no, I'm glad that Picard is over. I'm looking forward to what comes next. Hopefully, we get the Cisco thing resolved. That is all that I ask of any Trek going forward, that they have that in the cards. I know Avery actually does want to come back and resolve that. He was very personally and deeply offended by that ending. So let's fix it. And I think, Serac is still alive. And also, I mean, if we really want to, the Candyman's still alive too. So we can have old Jake. Mm-hmm. Although, the father has passed away, but, I love my Cisco boys. I would think it was really cool, like, how Picard was at the Vineyard if Cisco was, like, at his dad's restaurant when we find him. He's, like, got no memory, and he's just at his dad's restaurant. I think that's how we should start it. I'm just going to manifest that.
I've said this. This is the series they need to do. You get a combined crew of Deep Space Nine and Voyager crew, and they go and rescue Cisco.
Well, he doesn't need rescuing. They just,
find him.
They need to convince the prophets to let him go back to
Yes.
Oh, we could have his older baby, too. Yeah, that would be cool. The baby would be older. But yeah, is Nan still alive? Like, I have to check every now and then, because so many of them have passed.
Who?
Nan, Kira.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
I saw her,
she recently.
She was with, Jerry Ryan at some convention.
Yeah, I think I saw.
She looked really good. So, but I
thought I just saw a recent picture of her with Gates McFadden too. So
yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, she's still alive. Thank God. I thought I had my Google alert set to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I think like the main cast, they're all still around except for like Odo and the kid who played Nog, I believe, is gone too.
Yeah, so when we lost Odo, I was like, oh man, you gotta get a move on this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm hopeful for Trek's future, but like they gotta start making smart decisions, starting with some merch. I wonder if McFarlane can go into the Star Trek business. I mean, I hate those movies, but some of those set pieces and the costumes are really cool. I would love to have a McFarlane take on those.
Oh, yeah. I saw somebody on online today was saying that they're like, now I need one of those jackets from Picard.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. They're never thinking. See, Disney just puts it out there like, yeah, we're gonna shove this down your throat. You're gonna want it.
Hey-oh.
Not consensually either. They're like, shut up, we're taking your money, nerds. The Disney way. Anyway, out of 5, I'll give it 3 out of 5 for the whole series.
Ooh. I'll probably give it a 4 out of 5.
1 out of 5 for season 3.
Oh, burns.
Yeah. Contrived. I'm just sorry. It's contrived. You can't pull my heartstrings. I have none.
I liked it. I just think they could have done more with it. But again,
so much more.
We needed, like you said, we need at least 3 more episodes.
Yeah. Maybe they'll learn their lesson next time. Maybe as time goes on, Strange New Worlds will get a bigger order. I know it costs a lot to make it look that good, but I watched original Trek, and yeah, I can downgrade on the set if it's gonna give me a few extra episodes. Is all I'm saying. Always
a bunch of blinking lights and the
original. Next Gen does not hold hold up. I think Deep Space Nine and Voyager are the only ones that really hold up. Even Enterprise is kind of wonky. Looks real. Enterprise looks so cheap, man. So cheap. When I was like trying to do the rewatch, I was just like, every time I get to like the third, I'm like, God damn time cops. I can't do it.
Oh my God. If you listen to that Delta Flyers podcast, I mean, you'll see. I mean, even Voyager, they were cheaping out on stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe Garrett Wong said he inherited Brent Spiner's shoes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. He didn't even get a brand new pair of shoes when they started. Nah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am definitely gonna have to like listen to that podcast one of these days.
Oh yeah, they're on the last season now. I'm a couple behind, but yeah, they're on there.
Oh my God, maybe I could just wait and binge the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do have a pretty long drive to the States coming, so I think I'll do that.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's entertaining. I like it. They give you all the behind the scenes stuff, and
because I've only ever really watched Voyager. Like I watched it while it was live, and then I did like a rewatch because I made somebody watch Next Generation. They made me watch Voyager, so. But I've seen. Then oh no, actually, what it wasn't Next Generation. I made them watch Deep Space Nine. They were like, "Well, you might as well keep going." It's like, all right, fine. But I was like, well, we got to Enterprise. Every time I get to Enterprise, I'm telling you, it's that damn third episode in the first season. I'm just like, can't do it. I'm not doing this again.
that theme song starts up. It's been a long road, and Lilith is like, "You're telling me."
Preach it to the choir, brother. Anywho, yeah. You know what? I do want to shout out the animated shows. I think those are some of the best Trek as well right now. So. Lower Decks is absolutely hilarious. I love
Lower Decks is good. I keep meaning to watch that other one with Janeway, and I haven't yet. So I need to do that. I need to start binging that.
Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the first couple of episodes, and I liked it. It's definitely a different vibe than Lower Decks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's still it's really cool. It's got its own vibe. I love the whole acting, the voice actors on Prodigy for sure.
Yeah, but if anybody's bringing me to that show, it's Kate Mulgrew.
Of course. And I love Kate Mulgrew. Like, Orange is the New Black, I think is her best role. I'm sorry.
Now that would be a great interview, love.
Yeah. Oh my God. She is so well-traveled. Have you ever listened to any of her interviews? Like, she is just phenomenal. The breadth and depth of the things that she knows and done and seen is just so great. It's very much in the the Patrick Stewart thing. It's like, I don't know if I really, you're theater and you have that Shakespeare presence, and I don't know if I really want you as a, you know what I mean? Like, as a captain, I don't think it works, and then they turn around and become iconic. I think it's such a great story.
Oh yeah.
Look up the interviews about her auditions for Voyager and like her first season.
Oh, they shot it. Oh, originally she wasn't even in the pilot. They, they replaced the first woman, and then.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just waiting on. There's this YouTube channel I watch. I can't think of the name of it, but they're the title of all their stuff is like the making of blank movie or TV show was a shit show. I'm just waiting on the Voyager one to pop out. Cause I know for a fact it was, but like very few people have come out and said it. So I just want a deep dive behind the scenes on that one. So on that note, we got a whole nother shoe to do,
But yeah, that Delta Flyers is funny because those two they'll like rip their own like performances. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I really nailed it there.
They were definitely phoning in once 709 came around because like why? She's the one that got all the scenes. So you care? I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a poker game in the background if I looked hard enough.
Can you imagine though? For screen time and other things, you'd be like, I'll be the love interest.
Exactly. They're like, no, not you, Harry Kim. Sit down.
I could get a promotion. Can I be 709's love interest? I mean, she's still a beautiful woman now, but that was 20-something-year-old Jerry Ryan. Oh my God.
I still ship Janeway and Q. I mean, not as much as Picard and Q, but I still ship it.
That's what I needed in Picard. Just a Picard Janeway team up against Q. That's what I needed.
Look, listen. I knew the minute the moment I fell in love with Cisco was when he punched Q in the face. He's like, I'm not Picard. Boom! I'm like, yes. Finally, somebody did something I've been wanting to do. That's literally the minute I knew I loved Cisco and he was going to be my favorite.
And Q said, "You're no fun," and nothing ever came back.
And we never saw him again. It's like, get out and stay out.
All right. So, are we done?
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see what everybody else's thoughts are on Picard, on just Star Trek going into the future. How do you feel about the IP's future? I feel like it's kind of uncertain.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, hopefully we get some good.
I'm really looking forward to that Starfleet Academy. I think that's my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to right now because I've literally waited my whole life for something like that. I've been begging for this literally my whole life. So.
Oh, hey, we did get a quick email on this.
From whom?
It just says it's a man named Rob. I don't think it's anyone we know. It's not Southgate. So yeah, no.
It's Rob's secret account. Don't worry about it.
Why did your eye drift over to my box?
Unless he's pulling a Brian Cronin and putting like a different picture.
Ryan Bronin.
And it is a different address, unless it's one of Rob's burner
accounts to be a troll.
But
well, thank you so much, Rob, for your feedback. Hopefully we hear back from you again. We always love feedback here.
Yeah, because Rob said, I loved it. Why? Oh, this is what we didn't even mention. Why Walter Koenig's name wasn't in the credits kind of bothered me.
Oh, yeah.
Love the post-credit scene. Jack and Q. Here's hoping we get Star Trek Legacy.
It's going to happen, but whether it has 1, 2, 3, I don't know. Is there going to be a Star Trek show that makes it past this 3rd season?
I don't know. I mean, Discovery got that. Is this going to be season 4 or 5? I mean,
is it 4? Is it 5?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I know it's this season coming up is going to be 4 or 5. Here, let me
it's going to be its last, though, right?
Yes. But
I think it's season 5.
But it did get past there. I'll look it up. But it did get past 3.
Like they have short seasons, is what I mean. Like I want to get back to Trek where there's at least 18 episodes.
Yeah, but unless you're network TV, who's doing more?
That's what I'm saying. It needs to make a return to broadcast TV. I think fans need to petition. I think that they're really missing their target audience because, like I said, they are older people, especially people that are going to be watching Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, and I
mean, at least in the summertime, this is how I discovered Dexter. Back in the day, right? They played it, the edited version, granted. It was a Showtime show, and they played it in the summer, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get Showtime. I wanna see the next season of this." It was the first season they played it for Dexter, and I was like, "Oh," and it had Diggle in it, and that's what made me stop. Actually, it had David Ramsey from Arrow, and I was just like, "Oh, let me stop." Watched it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Showtime when this show comes back," and that's how come I still have Showtime. So I think it would be smart for them to broadcast it at least in the summer.
Yeah.
After they've got their first run on streaming, just to drum up some business.
But yeah, Discovery is going to be season 5, its last season, and most of their seasons are at least 13 episodes. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so
for some reason it's weird because all the other Star Trek shows feel too short and Discovery felt too long. I hate to be that person, but like, yeah. But it's because it's too much Spock.
Wait, what?
When I first started watching, it was like too Spock focused. The first season, it was weird. It's
because she was kind of his sister. Yeah.
I'm just like, again with the Spock.
Well, what's like? Again, it's pre TOS, and then they flip the script and throw them into the far future, and it's
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what it is about Discovery. I can't put my finger on it. Like some of the like plot twists were really great. Like the whole Michelle Yeoh thing, right? Like,
I love how we take her. Well, when we take her out and we're like, yeah, we're gonna send you back to the past. The rest of them we're gonna stay.
I mean, they deserve to be flung into the far future and forgotten about. But yeah, so like it's weird. Discovery, I have a weird relationship with Discovery, but if they could take that budget away from Discovery, I think Strange New Worlds is going to get their budget, absorb that money, and maybe we'll get 13 episodes going forward. And that's my hope.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, again, if after this season,
but they probably won't. They'll probably have to just spin it into the Legacy show. I think that's probably where the money's going to end up going. But I think they really do need to focus on Strange New Worlds and merch, and that will bring in the money.
I mean, besides Yellowstone, what other like franchise do they have?
Oh, I feel like Rabbit Hole is definitely going to be another franchise. You got to remember, Kiefer Sutherland is big in the male demo 35 to 60. So,
but again, it's like you never know. But it's like Star Trek is like a proven franchise.
It's timeless, yeah. Honestly, which I think is I just hit the nail on the head with Discovery. Discovery doesn't feel timeless. It feels like a product of its time. It feels too futuristic to be with the rest of the Trek.
It's too woke.
No, it's not woke. It's too futuristic. Like, it does not feel like it fits in. Like I said, we pull in from the J.J. Abrams verse, right? And we try to get that look and that feel of J.J. Abrams verse, and that's why it feels hollow. I just nailed it. Hit the nail on the head.
And again, too, it's so weird when you do a Trek prequel, because it's like, as technology evolves, it's like, yeah, we can make it look all futuristic.
Like Star Trek Strange New Worlds, it kind of toes the line where it looks more like the old, like, original TOS.
Yeah. Because if you're doing pre-TOS, it's like we want to make it look fancy, but not way more fancy than what Kirk had.
Yeah, you have to fight that urge. You have to really think about it. So yeah. Anyway, we were gonna get out of here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you so much, Rob, for your feedback. Like I said, I love Trek. I'm glad that kind of Picard's over. And where they set us in a good place. I will say Picard made the sacrifice to put Trek in the best place. I think Picard definitely pulled in viewers because it's Next Generation. It's the most popular Star Trek show, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it did that for the franchise. And now that with this promise of legacies and an anthology show, I think it was very smart to leave it how they did. Whether it rang a little hollow or not, it's very smart to leave it where they did.
But they killed Todd Stashwick out there.
He always dies.
I know.
I can't think of a character that he's played. He has a long resume where he didn't die unless he was like a one-off, like in one of those older shows.
I was hoping he was going to survive, and they were going to make him the captain and spin. And when they
I'm the captain now. We do still have time travel in full effect. I'm sure they'll pull him back in.
I mean, he did get shot and everything, but did we get a confirmation that he was
dead and gone? Like I said, we got time travel. I mean, we are in the future with like
cloning,
cloning, and better medicine. I need Dr. Bashir and the Doctor hologram to get together. That's what.
Nice.
Star Trek, the Doctors.
Because that might be an interview. We might have to do another interview with Todd Stashwick and do a.
No, you know what we should do? We should do a 12 Monkeys recap, like a review, and then we can have Todd Stashwick back.
Because he is such a nice guy, and
no, he really is.
I love the stories he just told. He was just like, he's like, it's so out of body, because you're sitting there talking to Patrick Stewart, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, hey, Brent Spiner, come over here and meet Todd. And he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I would literally poop my pants. Probably.
Exactly.
I was so bummed that I had to miss that, because like I said, I am a huge Todd fan. And a lot of his shows.
Well, Rob was here, so you wanted to get it.
I wouldn't have got a word in edgewise.
Yeah, I love before Todd got here. Rob's like, I won't try to monopolize conversation. I'm like, okay, and especially too. And especially too, Rob did go to high school with him, so I think we have.
It was the cutest interview for sure.
I was gonna say, I think we have one of the most original interviews with Todd, because again, it was with Rob, who does have history with him.
Rob, the man of mischance.
Rob.
I could have been a Star Trek captain had it not been.
Oh my God! If we would have to change the title of Third Best to Rubbing Up Against Greatness, the Rob Southgate. Ricocheting off greatness. Rob Southgate.
And then we just bring in Molly.
I can meet greatness. I can create greatness. I'm not great myself.
Can't keep it for myself. Rob's not gonna hear this.
I saw one of the messenger today. Oh my God, I was so tempted, because he was saying something about you know, there was some old picture. He's like, that's before I had a beard. And I was going to say, wait, that was before you married Martha? What?
Nice.
All right.
And on a high note, we gotta go.
That's right. That's been great. Sorry. Yes, but next time we're going to talk, I believe, some Superman because, yes, we just hit the 85th anniversary of the character. So we could talk the character.
Is DC doing anything for it? No.
It looks like they're selling merch.
remember.
Unlike Paramount, it looks like they may be like selling some merch. So.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen new Superman merch. Like I said, I can't even find a Superman shirt in Walmart, which is like the first time in decades that's happened.
So we can talk movies, we can talk comics, we can talk favorite Superman comics, least favorite Superman comics.
My answers may surprise you.
Oh, favorite eras.
Probably not.
Probably not. I know, maybe for the audience, but no, I'm there. All right. So yeah, so send us all your Superman thoughts, Tyler. Connor, email us saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. That's salty.
We had to do it.
Oh my god! Can you believe we got an email from someone we don't know? So he literally had to type in saltyandpetty69.
We appreciate you. We're not worthy.
And I guarantee you, we didn't forget it. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, find all things Capes and
We should
Lunatics.
get a new phone number where it's salty.
It's so salty. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, I mean, get our own for this. Yes. But find everything Capes and Lunatics. Episodes, merchandise, social media, the Patreon. Please subscribe. Find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, and you're off all social media, aren't you?
Finally, I'm free. But you can find me on Facebook. I check in on Facebook like once every now and then. I don't mind making weird friends on the internet.
Yes, or you can follow me on Twitter @NightwingPDP. See, now I don't have an opening because without your social media to like throw your drops in.
I know.
Lubricated eels are the best.
Sinister, ain't it?
I'll always find openings. Hell,
Somebody's muffins getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Whoa there, Phil.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
all right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, we gotta talk some Superman next time.
Superman. Ooh, maybe I'll have my office set up by then and I can show some merch.
Nice.
Maybe. Don't get your hopes up. It's a lot to do here. I haven't even unpacked the Funkos yet, so.
She hasn't even unpacked her mental issues yet, kids. Hell.
I never will. Fight me, therapists!
All right, kids. Join us next time. Hailing frequencies closed.
Hit it.